Used to be a regional host.
I'm going to have to take your word on that.
Reaching for a leg is Casey, can't pull it in. And they go off, no advantage in a minute one. Back in the 60s, there were 12 districts. Casey got in on a double. Takes down Malanga. Casey leads 4-1. And the district here was Phillipsburg and Washington, Warren Hills, Hunterdon Central, North Hunterdon. There's an escape from Malanga. It's 4-2. Delaware Valley and West Morris were in that. And Casey in on a double again, steps through, has his third takedown. He leads 6-2. Delaware Valley just started a wrestling program there in the early to mid 60s. Hunterdon Central, North Hunterdon, Phillipsburg, and Washington, Warren Hills used to battle it out. And in first period ends 6-2. Casey of Plainfield after one. He's the top seed. And in those days, it was one and done.
My interest in wrestling didn't start to bloom until the 70s, perhaps.
Malanga is underneath to start the second. Malanga stands. He's out. 6-3. Casey's had the better of it on their feet. He has 3 takedowns. Malanga near a takedown. He's got Casey's left leg, trips with the right. Malanga's got a takedown. He has Casey on his back. Casey able to come off his back. And for Malanga, that is a 4-point play. And he has the lead 7-6. And they are off the mat with Malanga still in control.
Big move for Malanga there. Just couldn't hold Casey down in place.
Picks up on the right ankle. Casey sits. Turns right and then left, and he has an escape, and this match is tied at 7. Malanga in on the left leg of Casey to a cradle. There's the takedown. Malanga leads 9-7. Malanga has 2 takedowns, 3 escapes, 2 back points. Casey has 3 takedowns and an escape. It's 9-7 Malanga.
After a 6-2 first period where Casey looked very much in control of things.
He's underneath, right hand tight waist by Malanga. Roll by Casey. Malanga stays with him. Casey had a quarterfinal round bye, won a 14-2 major over Phillipsburg's David Pearson in the semis. Malanga a fall in 320 in the quarters and a fall in 412 over the 2-seed Cespedes. And now Casey reverses. He's got Malanga on his back. And the fall comes in 4:43 for Kazaran Casey of Plainfield.
A very entertaining bout. As Casey had the early lead, then it was Malanga, and then Casey reversing and pinning Malanga.
In 4:43, that is Plainfield's first champ. And Malanga of Somerville.
The place winners at 160, Phillipsburg's TJ Abode placed 4th. 3rd place goes to McCray McKelnick of Plainfield, who had a 5-3 win to take 3rd place. 2nd place to Jacob Vega of Carteret, and the champion at 162 pounds, Joe D'Elia of New Providence a 9-2 winner in the final.
182, it'll be Jake Wicks of Phillipsburg, the top seed, a junior 22-13, facing the 2 seed, Youssef Elbayar of Woodbridge, a senior 26-9. And Elbayar lost his headgear, had to quickly stop it. Referee is Charles Bartlett. Chris Rebels assisting. Elbayar is the lone finalist for Woodbridge.
Also, coaches reminded about the outstanding wrestler.
Woodbridge advancing 2 to the regions. They went just 1 for 5 in the consolation finals. The power shrug attempted by Elbayar that he can't finish. No advantage 20 seconds in. Jake Wicks likes to work up high, and it looks like Elbayar does as well.
Wicks 172.7, Elbayar at 167.5. Elbayar with a 5-3 decision in the semis over John Estevine of Roselle Park. Wicks with a fall in 2 minutes 10 seconds over Eswin Orolana of Plainfield.
1 minute to go, scoreless first. Off they go, no advantage. For one of the few bouts, Jake Wicks not giving up a lot of height to Youssef Elbayar. Elbayar dives, took half a shot. Wicks looking for a standing cradle, picks up the right leg, has it up high, goes to the 2-leg tackle at the edge, and Wicks has a takedown, and the State Liner Junior leads 2-0.
Going high to low is what Jake Wicks does best on his feet. Working upper body and then down to a leg.
And we have some injury time for Youssef Elbayar of Woodbridge. If you just joined us, the champs, Logan Matsko of Phillipsburg at 106. Gabe Leo of Roselle Park at 113. Joe Innamorato of Phillipsburg, the 6th seed, the champ at 120. Eddie Hummel of Roselle Park at 126. Mark Montgomery of Roselle Park winning his 4th and defeating Phillipsburg's Travis Jones 6-4 at 132. Kyle Tino of Phillipsburg wins his 2nd, 15-0 technical fall in 5:40. 145, Elvin Guerrero of Roselle Park. 152, Cody Harrison of Phillipsburg. It's his 4th district title. 160, Joe D'Elia of New Providence. And 170, Kaiseron Casey of Plainfield. Elbayar is okay. Used 59 seconds of his 1.5 allotted injury time. Wicks right-hand tight waist. Elbayar stands. Wicks trying to pick him up. Now drops down to the left leg, picks that leg up, trips, and quickly grabs the left foot. And Wicks maintains control. Riding out the left side. 20 seconds to go here in the first. Elbayar trying to stand. At the edge, he does stand, and Wicks takes him off. They're back to the center with 13 seconds to wrestle in the first. Elbayar underneath. Sits. Wicks tried to check him back. Wicks sneaking a look at the clock to his right on the scoreboard table. And the first period ends. Jake Wicks on top. 2-0. Elbayar finishing 3rd in the Roselle Park tournament, 4th in the Middlesex County tournament. Wicks underneath to start the second. Woodbridge coached by Mike Monaco at the Barons in his first year. And as both legs come in and Wicks stands up, that stopped potentially dangerous.
Wicks really came to straightened up very quickly, even though he had Elbayar's weight on him.
Wicks is out. All of that takes 9 seconds, and Jake is on top 3-0. Bidding to become the Stateliners' 5th champ. Still have 2 more to go in Austin Roth and Gage Horvath. Stateliners with a couple of third-place finishers. James Day and Cody Krutz joining the 10 finalists in advancing to the regions. Second and third place finishers will wrestle on Wednesday night, and the champions will advance to the quarterfinals on Friday. Circle to the right. Wicks and Elbayar battling for hand control as they tie up. Under a minute to wrestle here in the second. Wicks first period takedown, second period escape for his 3. Power shrug attempted by Elbayar, and now Wicks looking for a bear hug, and they're off in front of the scorer's table at 35 seconds to go in the second. Dave Post, now over 50 district champs that he's coached with the Ford today, now at 51. Post in his 9th year. In on a double, and Wicks has a takedown. He leads 5-0. And he'll try to ride out the final 10 seconds here of the second period. Wicks on top, 5-0 after 2. Elbayar's choice in the third. Wicks a 19-second fall in the quarters and a fall in 2:10 in the semis. Elbayar taking neutral in the third.
And he has not come close to a takedown yet.
Elbayar had a fall in a minute in the quarters and a 5-3 win in the semis.
Wicks got the only takedown of the first period and the only takedown of the second. Both on leg shots, or conversions to leg shots.
30 seconds gone here in the third. So Elbayar has to be the aggressor here, trailing 5-0. They break apart. Tried that power shrug, and Wicks able to fight that off.
Kind of heard that hand-to-neck contact.
I did. Yep.
I heard it.
I think everybody heard that wherever they're listening or watching. I thought, and the previous tie-up that they might actually get warned for, little bit of aggression there in the slap. Wicks from the head to the leg, fought off by Elbayar. We're coming up on 30 seconds to go in the bout that Jake Wicks leads 5-0. Elbayar looking for a headlock, because he's loading up, trying to lower that head on Jake Wicks. Wicks reaches for a leg. Down to 10 seconds to go in the bout. First title for Phillipsburg's Jake Wicks, the 5th for the Stateliners in the finals. Jake Wicks, 5-0 over Youssef Elbayar of Woodbridge at 182.
Pair of takedowns for Jake Wicks and a solid performance to advance to that district title. Medal winners at 170. Fourth place to Phillipsburg's David Pearson. Third place, Sergio Cespedes of Woodbridge. He was a 9-1 winner over Pearson. Second place to Jordan Malanga of Somerville And the winner on a pin in 4:43, Kaizon Casey of Plainfield.
Austin Roth at 195. The State Liner senior is the 2 seed. He's 29-5, facing Andrew Diodato of Somerville, the 4 seed. He's a senior, 25-5. Diodato's the only 4 seed to make it to the finals. Everybody else in the top half of the bracket was the top seed, as Roth's in on a leg to a double, keeps driving through, has the takedown. Austin Roth on top, 2-0. Roth looking for his second district championship.
Diodato's got a 12-pound advantage on Roth.
Roth trying a near leg far arm tilt. They're off at 1:23 to go in the first. Roth riding out the left side. Throws a leg in as Diodato stands. Referee for this bout is Kevin Colbeck Jr. There's a stalling warning on Roth, who has to cut Diodato. 2-1. And we'll work takedowns again here in the first. Coming up on 40 seconds to go. Roth got a pretty quick takedown. Now has been battling over the last 30 seconds or so, looking for his second.
Yeah, he got in close on Diodato and just kept pursuing him around the mat till he finally caught him.
He's in on the right leg behind the knee. Again trying to drive through. Diodato draped over top. Roth still keeps that right leg, under 10 seconds to go. Diodato hanging on to Roth's leg, trying to sit back into him. Still no advantage here. And the first period will end with Phillipsburg's Austin Roth on top, 2-1. Roth's choice. And he's going to crawl in and go down to start the second.
Diodato was a 3-1 winner over Jackson Burns of Bernards in the semifinals. Roth got a quick fall, 29 seconds, over Jack Hedges of Summit.
Roth stands. Diodato picks up the right ankle, trips Roth back down. Right in front of State Liner coaches Dave Post and Scott Silvis, and they're off 14 seconds into the second. Phillipsburg has clinched the team crown, and it will be the State Liners' 46th district team title. Roth stands, tripped back down by Diodato. He's in the Somerville orange with black trim. Diodato keeps the leg, and they're off at 1:31. So Roth's been able to stand, hasn't been able to get out. The regions will be at Union, Region 4 for Phillipsburg this year, after being in Region 3 the last 2 years, and of course for a long time, Region 1. Roth trying to switch. Grabs a leg. Blocking off, has a hand and a wrist behind Diodato's right knee. Pressure on the head by Diodato. Roth trying to pop his head out, come out and face Diodato up to a stand. Diodato still in control. Pressuring on the head. Roth stands, Diodato breaks him back down, looking for a low leg cradle. And Roth trying to come off. Controls the, Roth wants injury time. Roth says he's being choked. He's asking for injury time. Now Chris Rebels, or excuse me, that was Frank Leitner.
May not have seen it.
Yes, well, Frank Leitner was looking in, but it was the other side where Kevin Colbeck Jr. was. So Roth he had his right hand, spinning, and I want injury time. And it took a while for the officials to see it. So Roth has a 2-1 lead.
He chose down to start this period, but you remember, Mike, he kind of crawled his way to the center of the mat. And he was on his feet, kind of racing around, but with Diodato was able to stay with him. Came close to another escape as he was able to face Diodato and tried to come to his feet, but Diodato seemed to be locking up a front head and arm, then over to a cradle as they got to the edge of the mat, and that's when Roth had enough around his neck.
Roth uses 47 seconds of his injury time. Austin, a defending district champ, 5th in the region last year, 7th in the Hurricane, 1st in the 100 Sussex Warren, and he has 62 career wins. Diodato picks up on the right ankle. Now the right leg behind the knee. Roth hopping up and down. Stateliner fans want stalling called, and they're off back to the center at 36 seconds. Roth is set. Diodato. Roth stands, pries those hands apart. They're off, and there's a stalling warning on Diodato. They each now have a warning.
This was Roth's choice to start this period. With a minute and a half, Diodato's been able to hang on to him.
Roth stands right away. Diodato trips him back down, picks up on the ankle. Roth wants to get off again. They're off at 18 seconds. I thought he was going to grab Scott Silvas' leg.
Those grab his chair and try to pull his way through. And Roth has shown plenty of motion here, and he's come close to getting out, but has not been able to break free. He's faced Diodato a couple times. He's been on his feet at least 4.
Stands, prying the hands apart, running around the mat. Diodato brings him back down. Roth trying to sit out and turn in. Diodato wraps a tight waist around his right side. Roth stands again, prying the hands. He's hanging on to the right leg. And there's a stalling call. Roth gets a point. Well, he rode him out, but Roth gets a stalling point, and he leads 3-1 after 2. And Roth going to crawl back. Nope, now he'll walk back. Diodato finishing 4th in District 15 last year, 2nd in the Somerset County Tournament. 21-10 a year ago. Roth riding out the left side. Looking for a reverse half. That's picked off by Diodato.
It's a bit high here.
Diodato trying to stand. He's got that left high wrist. Roth controlling that. And trying to bar the right arm. He wants to sit on top of that left arm. Still has a leg in. He's up very high. Roth has the legs in, up very high. Has to try and take Diodato off his base here. Diodato got his right foot underneath him, and even though Roth took out the right wrist, the right hand, couldn't break him down. Somerville coaches telling Diodato he's got to move on the whistle. Andrew Flanagan, the head coach of the Pioneers. Roth getting a leg in. Diodato trying to switch. Roth wants to check him back. Roth keeps the leg in, spinning with him. Roth maintaining control here. Has the near leg, now the far arm, wants to tilt him. Now he checks back. Diodato is able to belly down. 40 seconds to go in regulation. Roth leading 3-1. Roth was looking for a cradle. Now he cradles Diodato and had a 1 count, that's all. Roth in some trouble from underneath here. If Diodato can reverse him, trying to turn in. Roth got 2 back to go up 5-1. Roth maintaining control, checks him back and puts him on his back. And Diodato comes off again. No 2 count that time. But Roth got a 2 count previously, leads 5-1 with under 10 seconds to go. So Austin Roth will win his 2nd title, the Stateliner Senior, 5-1 at 195. The Stateliner's 6th title on the evening. Roth 5-1 over Diodato.
A lot of action in that bout, if not a lot of points, particularly as they were trying to switch each other in succession at least 4 times. So your place winners at 182 pounds. Eswin Orellana finished 4th of Plainfield. John Estevine of Roselle Park was a 7-5 winner to take 3rd place. Yusuf El Bayar of Woodbridge placed 2nd, and your winner at 182, Phillipsburg's Jake Wicks, with a 5-0 decision.
So the Stateliners have titles from Logan Matsko, Joe Inamorato, Kyle Tino, Cody Harrison, Jake Wicks, and Austin Roth. And now Gage Horvath, the top seed, will try and make it 7 for the Stateliners out of 10. Roth is a junior, 18-17. Stefan Ruiz of Carteret, the 2 seed. He's a junior, 28-9. Horvath, the 1 seed. Wrestled 30 seconds. We have no advantage. Horvath with the white Stateliner, predominantly white, gray and garnet trim. Phillipsburg in garnet across the chest. That's the gym-like outfit for Carteret with the gym shorts. Black and blue, white trim. Horvath trying to underhook the right shoulder of Ruiz. Chris Rebels is the referee.
Horvath weighed in at 206.2, Ruiz at 199.5.
45 seconds to go, scoreless first here at 220. Ruiz. Horvath wants to work a Russian tie in that left arm. With under 30 seconds to go, Ruiz fights his way out of the Russian tie, and they backpedal to the center. Don Smith, the head coach of the Carteret Ramblers. Ruiz tries to tie up the right wrist. Carteret with 2 finals. Horvath diving in on a double, drives through and gets the takedown. Horvath got that with just under 3 seconds to go, and he leads 2-0 after 1. Gage finishing 6th in the King of the Mountain. Horvath underneath to start the second. He was 5th in the Hunterdon Sussex Warren. Ruiz riding out the left side. There's an escape for Horvath. And it is 3-0 in favor of the Stateliner junior. Horvath with a takedown and an escape.
unusual weight class where Horvath coming in with 17 losses, but the number 1 seed.
Trying to snap down on the head of Ruiz. Phillipsburg advancing 12 to the regions, the 10 finalists. And James Day and Cody Krutz, who finished 3rd. Dave Horvath and TJ Abode finishing 4th. Ruiz tried to tie up the arm of Horvath. They backpedal to the center. 30 seconds to wrestle here in the second. Again tries to tie up the arm of Horvath and pull him past him. 10 seconds to go. Backpedal to the center. Horvath just going to circle. Headlock attempted by Ruiz. It's 3-0 Horvath after 2.
Once again, coaches remind you about the OW.
Ruiz choosing neutral in the 3rd.
OW ballot.
For a tall guy, Horvath manages to lower his level pretty well.
Ed Mancinelli just looking for that. Ruiz looked for a headlock again, just reminding the coaches to bring in their MOW ballots. Now I think it's probably, and I say probably because you never know, but Mark Montgomery of Roselle Park winning his 4th and beating Travis Jones of Phillipsburg, was a state place winner a year ago and ranked 4th at 126. It's probably going to be Montgomery, but one of the things that always bothers me, Bob, but maybe it's just stuck in my craw in a tournament like this, for an MOW vote, we still have another bout to go.
Yeah, true.
It's not, it's not a dual meet where you're picking most valuable. You're picking the most outstanding.
Right.
And again, it's probably going to be Montgomery, but it's just, the poor, one of those 285-pounders who might come out and get a headlock and win in 10 seconds has no chance to win it if the ballot's already in.
Big guy's not getting any love.
I'll get off the soapbox then on that one. Ruiz trying to snap down on that head of Horvath. Coming up on 30 seconds to go here in the bout. Horvath with a 3-0 lead. He's in on the right leg. Trying to pick that leg up at the edge, and he'll go off neutral at 26 seconds.
But, to expectations, we knew what was the highlight bout of the night anyway. And it's come and gone. And it was a good one at that.
Final 15 here at 220. Phillipsburg put 10 in the finals. They will crown 7 champions. Gage Horvath of the State Liners, a 3-0 winner at 220.
So your place winner is at 195 pounds. Jack Hedges of Summit placed 4th. Jackson Burns of Bernards beat Summit with a pin in 52 seconds to place 3rd. 2nd goes to Andrew Diodato of Somerville. And 1st place to Phillipsburg's Austin Roth with a 5-1 victory.
285 will be Nadim El Mahuki for New Providence. He's a senior, 26-10, facing Richard Herrera of Somerville, the 3 seed. A junior is 20-9. Waiting for some pictures at the medal ceremony. Frank Leitner will be the referee for this bout. El Maruki in the green with New Providence NP on the left thigh. Herrera in the Somerville black with a large block S on the left hip. And the Ville on the right hip. Wrestled 30 seconds, no advantage.
So on the big fella, the S looms large. And he's got a considerable weight advantage here. Herrera at 271.5 to El Mahaki's 222.2.
Trying to snap down on the head, look for a cement job. And Herrera, there's Maharuki looked for a hip throw there. Under a minute to go. Again, Herrera looking for a cement job, and El Maruki popped his head out of that.
El Maruki won by fall in the semis in 240 over Stephen Gordon of Plainfield. And Herrera was a 3-1 winner over Phillipsburg's Cody Krutz with a takedown in the third period.
Krutz came back in the consolations. He got a takedown with a second to go.
Yeah, it was maybe his best finish of the year.
He won 4-2. Final 10 seconds here of the first. And we'll have no score between El Maruki of New Providence and Herrera of Somerville. Flip of the disc, and El Maruki will go underneath.
So that is only the second scoreless first period of this final.
Herrera riding out the left side. El Maruki stands, he's out in 6 seconds. And El Maruki has a 1-0 lead. Working takedowns again here in the second. El Maruki was a District 16 runner-up a year ago, finishing 3rd in the Battle of the Bay, 4th in the Union County tournament this year, 24-12 a year ago. Herrera 3rd in the Somerset County tournament. And this is his first year on the Somerville varsity. Herrera keeps trying to pressure down on the head of El Maruki. 1 minute to go here in the second. Trying to underhook that right shoulder. They battle for hand control. Coming up on 30 seconds to rest it. Look, well, El Maruki was looking for a bear hug, but could not lock his hands behind Herrera. Now he wants to throw him on by, and Herrera fights that off. El Maruki's not able to get the big guy off balance.
No. It was a decent attempt there over a few seconds ago, because otherwise there just hasn't been a lot of action here.
Going to be Herrera's choice in the third.
But that's a lot of base to unlevel.
1-0 El Maruki after 2. Herrera will go down in the third. New Providence has a champion. Somerville put 4 in the finals. Herrera's trying to become their first champ. El Maruki riding out the left side. Trying to take Herrera off his base. He's got the left wrist trapped. Herrera stands, and he is out with 1:25 to go. The bout is tied at 1. Each have an escape. The New Providence title tonight was won by Joe D'Elia at 160, the 2 seed, knocking off the number 1, Jacob Vega of Carteret. Carteret and Bernards, Summit, and Woodbridge will not have a champ tonight. Phillipsburg has 7. Roselle Park has 4. Plainfield has 1. New Providence has 1. And this is a battle between New Providence and Somerville. And we've got 35 seconds to go in a 1-1 bout in the 3rd. No stalling warnings at all. We have not had an overtime.
This one's feeling like it.
Herrera looking for a bear hug. Trying to lock him up. Haruki was looking for a headlock, and they're off 6.7 seconds to go in regulation.
Maruki's tried more moves, but neither one has come very close to anything.
Here we go to sudden victory. 1 minute on the clock. El Maruki of New Providence, Herrera of Somerville. "15 seconds gone, neither one close here in the overtime.
40 seconds.
New Providence advancing 2 to the regions, they're 2 finalists. Somerville advancing 7. They went 3 for 3 in the consolations. 15 seconds to go here in sudden victory. And we will begin the ride out. There are no stalling warnings. They're off at 7.3 seconds. No takedown. We go to the ride out. El Maruki's choice. He's going to go down. 30 seconds on the clock.
Well, probably won't get a most outstanding wrestler, but no, I'm not talking about these two guys, but Inamorado's win, I think, was the most surprising of the day.
El Maruki stands, tears at those hands. He's out in 7 seconds. So El Maruki has a lead 2-1.
Neither of these wrestlers has been able to ride the other, but neither has come close to doing a takedown either.
First point was scored by El Maruki in this one. All right, now Herrera's going to go down. If El Maruki can ride him out, he'll have the title. Chops at the left elbow. Herrera trying to pull the tight waist off. El Maruki breaks him down. Has the left wrist trapped. Herrera frees the wrist. Reaches for the wrist again, keeping his weight on the back. 10 seconds to go. El Maruki is going to ride out Herrera and win 2-1 in 2 overtimes of the ride out. El Maruki wins New Providence's 2nd title. Somerville finishing with 4 seconds and 3/3. El Maruki of New Providence, 2-1. The winner at 285.
Place winners at 220 pounds. Emmanuel Sutton of Plainfield finished 4th. Nick Malusi of Summit with a pin in 53 seconds to place 3rd. Stefan Ruiz of Carteret, the 2nd place finisher, and your winner at 220, Phillipsburg's Gage Horvath, by virtue of a 3-0 decision.
And that'll be followed immediately by, they always have, the poor guys' medal ceremony, and barely have time to catch their breath at 285, and then they're running them over, for a medal ceremony.
It's not just regulation; they had to go sudden victory.
So
but, El Maruki earned it. I mean,
Phillipsburg Wrestling in the New Jersey District 13 tournament, brought to you by Rothman Orthopedics, proud to be the exclusive partner of the NJSIAA and to support Stateliner Athletics. Visit RothmanOrtho.com to make an appointment and stop dealing with pain. Get back to truly living. By Ahart, Frinzi & Smith, recognized as one of the leading insurance agencies in the United States. Find out more at afsinsurance.com. By Urco Credit Union, 450 Hillcrest Boulevard in Phillipsburg and 2240 Northampton Street in Easton. Great rates, low fees. Clean up those after the holidays bills with a low-cost personal loan. Visit us at urcocu.com. By Buxton Athletic Training Center in Randolph, New Jersey, for all of your wrestling training needs year-round. World-class coaching and top-notch wrestlers of all ages. Follow them on Instagram at Buxton Athletics and on Facebook at Buxton Athletic Training Center. By the Firth Youth Center, a proud promoter of youth athletics. Find them at www.firthyouthcenter.com. By Open Mic, for exclusive coverage of the Stateliners and the entire Hunterd and Warren, Sussex area, follow Mike Weileman's blog at mikeopen.blogspot.com. By Welcome to the Pit, history of Phillipsburg wrestling is available. Order yours on Amazon today. Follow the Stateliners on Facebook at Phillipsburg HS Wrestling. And follow Phillipsburg Wrestling on Twitter at Pberg HS Wrestling. Pberg HS, WRESTLIN.
Quickly, your place winners at 285 pounds. Stephen Gordon of Plainfield finished 4th. Cody Krutz of Phillipsburg with a 4-2 win to place 3rd. Herrera with a placed 2nd, and El Maruki with the victory in overtime, 2-1, to win the championship at 285.
Phillipsburg wins the title, 274 team points. Again, that's the 46th district team title for the Stateliners. So we'll recap the finals and the consolations for you. At 106 pounds, Phillipsburg's Logan Matsko winning the title, a fall in 3 minutes and 43 seconds over Tanner Donato of Somerville. 3rd place going to Sean Honeywell of Bernards, the 6-3 winner over Javier Laracuente of Woodbridge. At 113, Gabe Leo of Roselle Park, the champ, 16-6 over Justin Villani of Bernards. 3rd place going to James Day of Phillipsburg, 8-1 over Alexis Irizarry of Woodbridge. 120, Phillipsburg's Joe Inamorato, the champ, the 6th seed, 10-6 over Tyleek Epps of Plainfield. 3rd place going to Nick Chabrak of Somerville, 16-7 over James Kessler of Bernards. At 126, Eddie Hummel of Roselle Park, the champ, 10-3 over Phillipsburg's Bryce Perenni. 3rd place to Jemmy and Bryant of Somerville, 8-5 over Johnny Cruz of Plainfield. At 132 pounds, Mark Montgomery of Roselle Park, 6-4 over Travis Jones of Phillipsburg. 3rd place going to Will Kaufman of Bernards, 8-0 over Wilson Carrillo of Plainfield. Montgomery, by the way, Mark Montgomery named the tournament's most outstanding wrestler. 138 pounds, Phillipsburg's Kyle Tino, 15-0 technical fall. in 5 minutes and 40 seconds. Tino 15-0 in 5:40 over Skylar Fry of Plainfield. Third place going to Pat Nevins of Summit by injury default over Jaden Catalano. At 145 pounds, Elvin Guerrero of Roselle Park, a 5-3 decision winner over Luke Harden of Phillipsburg. Third place to Shaid Green of Plainfield, 11-6 over Joe Brucato of Woodbridge. At 152, Cody Harrison of Phillipsburg, a fall in 2:27 over Luke Burns of Bernards. Third place to Brendan Aldrich of Somerville, a fall in 5:32 over Justin D'Angelo James of Summit. 160, Joe D'Elia of New Providence, the winner, 9-2 over Jacob Vega of Carteret. Third place to McRae Nakelfak of Plainfield, 5-3 over TJ Abode of Phillipsburg. 170, Kazaran Casey of Plainfield, winner by fall in 4 minutes and 43 seconds over Jordan Malanga of Somerville. Third place to Sergio Cespedes of Woodbridge, 9-1 over David Pearson of Phillipsburg. 182, Jake Wicks of Phillipsburg, 5-0 over Youssef Albayar of Woodbridge. Third place to John Estevine of Roselle Park, 7-5 over Eswin Orellana of Plainfield. 195, Austin Roth of Phillipsburg, 5-1 over Andrew Diodato of Somerville. Third place to Jackson Burns of Bernards, a fall in 52 seconds over Jack Hedges of Summit. 220, Gage Horvath of Phillipsburg, 3-0 over Stefan Ruiz of Carteret. Third place to Nick Malusi of Summit, a fall in 53 seconds over Emmanuel Sutton of Plainfield. And at 285, the champ Nadim El Hamrouki of New Providence, 2-1 in the rideout in overtime over Richard Herrera of Somerville. Third place to Phillipsburg's Cody Krutz, 4-2 over Stephen Gordon of Plainfield. So the Stateliners win the team title with 273 points. Plainfield coming in second at 133. The team title, the 46th for Phillipsburg, and the 7 individual titleists give Coach Dave Post 54 in this his 9th season. So a fine effort by the Stateliners, and they will send 12 to the regions in that first round beginning Wednesday night for the second and third place finishers.
Fourth place for Abode and Pearson, third for Day and Krutz, second for Parenti, Jones, and Hardin, and first for Matsko, Inamorano, Tino, Harrison, Wicks, Roth, and Horvath.
All right, that wraps up tonight's Stateliner Sports Network presentation of the NJSIAA Rothman Orthopedics District 13 Finals from Phillipsburg High School. The Stateliners have advanced 12 wrestlers to the regionals. Follow us on Facebook for start times and for the region semis and finals. For Bob Kerp, executive producer Jake Kosa, and production associate Dylan Renner, I'm Mike Moore saying thank you for watching Phillipsburg Stateliner Wrestling.